Hello, Cecil Knight here, and welcome to another Gundam review. Today's Gundam review is, as you can see, the Perfect Grade 00 Lizer from Gundam 00. This one's going to be a bit different than the last one. Hopefully, I watched the video and I saw a couple mistakes that I did last video and everything, and hopefully this one will be a bit better. First thing, because this is a perfect grade, I've kept the boxes. I have got the Freedom box, but again I didn't get it out. Today I decided to get the double Eliza box, and this is the box. As you can see, it is a massive box. So when you're buying a perfect grade, you are buying a massive, it's not going to be in a small box, it is going to be in a massive box. The double Eliza is different than your standard perfect grades because you're getting basically two perfect parts mobile suits. That's why the size is absolutely massive. Right, so spin it around, and basically this is what the box looks like. So you got the image of the Gundam in the back, you've got the Eliza and all the stuff that it comes with, and it comes with all that beautiful stuff. More details about the stuff, parts, and then obviously, don't know if you can see, I'm going to see if I can move this, all the gimmicks. So like this, the whole gimmick of this is the GN drives that spin and light up, which I'll talk about more when I get to that point. That LED unit, which I don't think it comes with, I think you have to buy that separate if I remember right. And like I said, the big gimmick is you got springs in the joints that you're supposed to press on the GN capture, and it's supposed to really make it tight on the joint, which it does, which it works, but at the same time, for the amount of equipment you get with this Gundam, it still can't hold the weight of its own weapons. So even though they've done the spring mechanic that's supposed to tighten the joints, it doesn't work, but we'll get into that more later. But as you can see, huge box, absolutely massive, cool artwork. Like I said, it shows this is what you got, this is what you're paying for. You're paying for all this and everything else. So without further ado, I'm going to move into the individual boxes. So bear with me, I'm just going to pause the video for a second to get the boxes out. And I'm back. So you're going to get two boxes, box A and box B. Box A is the 00 Gundam, as it says on there, and basically this is your Gundam that you're building. So this is the size of the box you're getting, and basically cool artwork. Like I said, got to give it to Bandai. The art designs for these cases are absolutely stunning, and like I said, this is what you're getting. So in part one, you're building the Gundam and all its frames, and this is where you would get, bear with me, you can hear the noise in the background, the instruction manual and everything else. So this is box one, and this is box B, the Eliza. Again, just like the 00 Gundam, this part is all designated to the Eliza and everything. So this is what you'll be building. So in all, you're building two separate mobile suits in a way, one the Gundam and one the Eliza. So it's a massive build. It's very time consuming, which is great if you want to build, you know, something to build for a long period and everything. And before you go into it, this is, you're not just building one entire piece, you're building two. Technically you can have this on its own, and you know, and everything, but it's all meant to go together. So next thing we're going to talk about is the instruction manual and the art book, like we did with the Strike Freedom, and then we'll move on to the Gundam. And we're back. So here's the art things. One thing I did forget to mention is we get another box for the GN drives Like I said, you don't have to assemble these are automatic assembled. The only thing you've got to do is put batteries in them, and like I said, we'll go into more, but that's basically the box. Again, all the logos and everything. It's, like I said, very logo heavy and whatnot. Now back to the manuals. Just like the Strike Freedom, you get one picture manual, which we'll go through first. Just making sure you can see, because the last time I did a video, I was doing everything at the bottom here, and you could barely see it. So again, open the manual up and everything, and just like the old one, it's basically just artwork. So as you can see, what it looks like. Go into the detail of the GN drives, the weapons, the shields, where it fits in the timeline, etc, etc. Like I said, basically the same as the Strike Freedom book. Some more images of what it looks like in posing, just as the old Gundam, the Double O Gundam. So all this is the good Double O Gundam. The gimmick of moving the GN drives in front of it, like it does in the show. And then the old Wiser. Again, this is what the old Wiser looks like on its own. You know, the gimmicks, you got all the accessories that you get. The fact that you got your pirate inside of it. And then obviously a picture of the old Wiser fighting the bad guy. Basically, image of what the Double O Wiser all together when it combines, the gimmick of it combined in and everything, you know, so on and so on. And then obviously, as always, this is where you put all your stickers, and it tells you where to put the stickers, and so on and so on and so on. And then obviously just the logo on the back. And then obviously you got your manual. Same as the Double O, not the Double O, the Strike, sorry. This is your instruction manual. Again, tells you all the things you got in this set that you should have in this set. Like I said, we are dealing with springs this time, so again, it talks you're going to need a screwdriver. Normally you wouldn't, but on this one you do, because you've got to screw in bits together, the GN drives, and so on. And then obviously the usual, what you need, what you don't need, how to assemble, basically which parts you're going to do. Same with the, you know, the Wiser. This time you got 2 parts, so again you start off building the Double O Gundam first, and you again follow steps by step by step, and so on and so on. And then at some point halfway through, like I said, this is telling you all the things you can do and everything. At some point, there you go. You'll go into the old Wiser build, and then so on and so on, and then you do all that, and you get the Double O Wiser at the end of it. So I'm going to pause the video and get the old Wiser out, and we're going to go into bits and details. So just bear with me 1 second. And here we are, the Double O Wiser. Again, it's a massive Gundam. This isn't a small Gundam. It is quite big. This is what I've got in one pose. Like I said, in my glass cabinet, because the glass cabinet is it's a massive glass cabinet, but it's not big enough for these. I have to like fold the things in and everything to make it in there. So this is the first time you see it all spread out and everything. Got my little figurines at the bottom, my little Setsuna F. Saiyan, and probably butchered his last name there, but Setsuna. And if I remember right, it's Saji Crossroads. If I remember right, I'm sure someone will say no, it's such and such, but I'm sure I'm right. But yeah, you get little figurines of them. Do with all standard master grades and perfect grades. Obviously, these are a bit bigger than the master grade ones, and there is no way in hell I'm painting, because I would paint absolutely ruin them. But like I said, that's how I normally have it in my display case. I have them at the bottom there, kind of thing. So this is it. I'm going to move these guys now, because when I rotate this, they're going to do exactly what Sargi just did and fall over. You do not get an action base with this perfect grade. I had to buy this separate. There was a version when it first came out that if you paid an extra 100 yen, I think it was, or I can't remember, but I know if you paid extra you got a stand with it and it was designed for it, kind of thing. But it is not something you get if you just buy it standard like I did off eBay. You have to buy the stand separate, and for this you need a stand. The double O riser, the O riser is back heavy. It cannot support its weight on its own, and you need a stand. It's like, yes, it shows that it can, but it can't. This thing here with these on are very heavy, and they're very easy to come off as well. It's like, it's one of my favorite. This is my favorite Gundam in the Double L series, and I absolutely love it. But the design of how Bandai's built it with all the stuff, it's like, we'll go into it more, but it's very not stable. So I'm going to carefully move this around. So like I said, you just saw the front. That's the side. If you noticed, I have got put stickers on this. I don't normally put stickers on a perfect grade, but for this one I felt like I had to make it stand out just a bit more, especially on the old riser. Like I said, that's the back. It's like stickers, and we'll talk more about the stickers later. You get two versions of this. You can get the clear version or the orange version. The orange is more anime accurate, and that's why I went with the orange, because it stands out more than the clear version. On this side, GN shield, and then back to front. So before I take this display down and everything, and show you more into bits, I'm going to show you the one of the mechanics you get with this. So if you just gently tap the GN drives, they'll light up. I don't know if you can hear, but they'll start spinning. Like I said, I don't know if you can hear that, but that's the GN drive spinning, and they'll spin. And they are quite cool and loud. And they'll spin like that for a few minutes, and then they'll turn themselves off. So we'll just leave that for a bit. Of course, you can turn them off yourself if you want to by just touching the GNs again. But eventually they'll turn themselves off. There you go. That one's already starting. There you go. So there you go. That one stopped. And there goes the other one. And that's one of the big mechanic gimmicks for this Gundam. It's actually really cool. It's like, but like I said, you don't have to do anything with them. That's pre-built. So I'm going to pause the video, take it down, and go bit by bit. And here we are with the double O riser. Took a bit longer to get parts off. Like I said, it's very, very easy to things for. These fall off all the time. Same with these and everything, and it's very not stable. As you can see, I haven't even got it straight because it's awkward and everything. But again, this is what it looks like. So this is the front. Your sides, like I said, the GN sword, thrust rifle. That's the back. The beam sabers at the back. GN shield. Again with the stickers on, which makes it stand out a bit more. And that's everything. So what can this do? You can move the head. That's as much movement you've got up and down, but you can basically, you can become the Exorcist and everything. Like I said, you can take this off and put an LED light in and light all this. And like I said, all that will light up and everything. I haven't got one in there because the batteries die really fast and everything, but that's pretty much on the head. You can, for the chest, you can move these up and down. That's got a bit of movement, nothing special. Like I said, cockpit does open, gotta be careful. You can, don't know if you can see, with that you can latch up. Bear with me 1 second. Got my tweezers, see if we can get the hatch open. Like I said, eagle hatch open, and you can see my eagle pirate inside. You push that in, push that back, and so on. These do open from side to side like that. Don't know why, because it looks weird, but you can do that. And everything. Like I said, these shoulders do lift up higher than these, but when you got the GNs on, you haven't got much movement. And like I said, we'll talk more into the mechanics and stuff, but yeah, that's basically what you've got with the head and thing. It can rotate side to side. Again, when you're assembling it, it seems very easy when it's all put together. Either it's my build or it's in general. I think it's more my build, but anyway, mine struggles to move side to side. So you can do stuff here, but it's very awkward, and once it falls apart, it's a nightmare to put back together. Is it a fun build? Yes and no. It's a fun build when you start building it, but again, once you start putting it all together, you start realising how flimsy it is at points, considering it's a perfect grade. It's, yeah, it doesn't do well, kind of thing. The waist, not really much, like I said. You can lift this up, you can move these around a bit. You've got your glove holders, which I don't know if you can see on this, but that one's about to fall off, kind of thing. And like I said, you can rotate these around, but again, they're very awkward. They're easy to come off. It's like this Gundam suffers with weight heavy. There's so much accessories that makes it look awesome, because, you know, in the show, it's got this beam rifle, it's got these daggers and so on and so on. In practicality, it is absolute nightmare to pose this Gundam without things falling off like these all the time, and so on and so on. So we're going to go into the arms, and as you can see, it's already coming out there. So like I said, you can move the arm like so. Like I said, you've got these joints here. These joints are done by springs. The gimmick is you're supposed to press inside the spring. It's like I'll move it to the side. You've got these little buttons here that you're supposed to press. And then once you press, it's supposed to give you the freedom to move, which sometimes it doesn't. See what I mean? That's just come off, kind of thing. So, like I said, you're supposed to press in. And again, the other sword comes off. Again, like I said, very, very easy to fall apart and come off. Like I said, you're supposed to press them in, and then you have. Now, it sounds like it's very tight, which it is. Like I said, it is very tight. But again, you put this arm in any pose with the GN sword sticking out, and like I said, we'll show you. So lift this up, lift it up, lift it all the way up, move this to the side, move the GN sword all the way out. So there's your GN sword. You want it to be in a massive, massive pose like that. And 3, 2, 1. There you go. So show you again. It's like, this is the pose I want. I want it holding the sword like this. Not gonna happen, bud. And that's just the GN sword on its own. Wait till you put this on, which is supposed to be the effect for the beam. You put that on. Like that. And you get a massive, massive more bigger beam, which of course it's not going to be able to hold. So yeah, very, very, very weight heavy issues with this Gundam. Gives why I don't put it in many poses. It's like, it's my favourite Gundam in the series, but its design in practicality is absolutely dreadful. And it's upsetting because it'd be so cool otherwise. So I'm just going to put the arm back like so. And everything. And again, it could be the way I've built it, or it could be the way it's designed. I'm going with design because it's very heavy and everything. Again, your GNs, you can move them. I'm going to move them forward this time so you can have a better closer look. Move it closer to the camera. Like I said, they are very nice, very loud, but you know, to give you that gimmick. Like I said, let's turn them off. And that's slowly turning off. And like I said, you get these equal stands at the back to move it around and stuff. Like I said, on its own, perfect grade double O Gundam isn't a bad Gundam. Like I said, it just suffers with weight issues. Unfortunately, there's no way of getting around that. Even, like I said, the only way to get around that is not to have all the accessories on. But even then, it struggles. Like I said, I'm not going to take the feet. I'm not going to do what I did with the Strike Freedom and take it apart and show you arms and feet and stuff, because it's very difficult to put it back together perfectly afterwards. It's like I said, it suffers with a lot of design flaws. It's like, I'll get the foot off because the foot's easier. So I will get the foot off, the leg off. But like I said, the arms are more of an issue. So now we've got the leg off. Leg off. Like I said, there's not really much. You've got this little tap here that you can lift up. Like I said, you can move that without the springs. So you've got even though it doesn't sound like you can. So again, just to show you can move it, you know, as you can see, it's very, and then that comes off like so. That's not meant to come off like that. First time that's ever done that, but that's me because I put my finger there as I was moving it. But again, like I said, moves no problem. Like I said, you got another spring here. Don't know if it's showing on the camera, but you press that there. You're supposed to press that, and then that's supposed to give you the ability to move it completely to where you want. Again, it is sturdy. Like I said, it's supposed to give you the weight and everything, but you know, as it is, nothing really special. You can open these equal hatches thing here. Nothing special. Like I said, don't give you much doesn't give you freedom or anything. It's like, I don't think it gives you any freedom. So let's open them again. Like I said, there's the little cuticle cami. See, nothing different. Exactly the same. Just gives you the illusion of, oh, it's open, you know, it's open, but again, kind of thing. So, like I said, let's put it back in the position. Like I said, very awkward because you've got to press these to move the joints better. It's like, for some reason that's not connecting back. Oh, that's why, because the plastic thing moved. But yeah, nothing special. Like I said, you can, I think you can open, no, can't open that, but you can, like I said, you can move that slightly. Nothing special. Like I said, this is on a joint, so you can move side to side, so on. Like I said, move the foot up. You get these little stickers on the feet. That's supposed to give it more of a grip when it's on the ground, which it kind of does, but again, put it with everything else on and it goes whee all the way down. But yeah, you don't get much movement, anything like that, and you just get the basic leg kind of thing. Like I said, just like with every other Gundam, you can move, you got equal joint. You got equal joint here that you can lift up and move this down or further up. It's best to keep it down if you want to do like massive leg poses, where it's like doing things like that, because you've got all that space there, kind of thing, compared to when it's up here, and so on and so on. See, even there it's starting to wobble. As you can see, that's what the stomach is supposed to look like when it's tilting properly. It's supposed to look like that. But as you can see, mine tends to tilt like that, and it tilts like that because of the oil riser, which we'll get into. So that's it for this. I'm not taking this off because this takes it's a nightmare to put back on, because you've got to connect it to this and this and this and this. And like, so the main gimmick of this is you connect it to that and everything, and you've got it's got a gun mode and a sword mode. Like I said, I'll take this off because this is easier, he says as he tries to take it off. Like I said, they're connected by these joints here, which you connect on these, and you lift them up and down like so. and everything, and you can do it. You can do it either way. You don't have to be specific way. So I'm just going to put him here for a second as we talk about these. So these are your shields. You can rotate these, like not rotate. You can extend, and they fall off like so. So, like I said, you can extend them. Don't know why that one's like that. That's why, because it came out. But yeah, you can extend them, you can attract them, and all kinds of things. And like I said, this is what they look like on their own. Let's get that big boy back. So you got these equal flaps here. Bring them out. Let's lift that up a bit. Lift that up a bit. Give it a little thing. And then you rotate this and you see this little joint here. You connect them like so. And there you go. The shields are on. And that's what it looks like with the shields on. It's like, I think you can move these a bit closer. Yeah, move them up a bit more. To give it more of a, like it's protecting the GNs. And that's what it looks like. Nothing special. Again, you can attach these to each side to give him like equal dagger, Wolverine daggers kind of thing. But again, nothing special. Like I said, if there's anyone that's built the double L Wiser before, or the double L Gundam just on its own, you kind of get the gist of these. So like I said, you push these and can't get my words out. To connect them together, like I said, you just push these back up, extend the blades. So push them back up, spin the blades, get this equal panel out here. This is where you need nails to get them out. So push these equal panels here, and then you just basically, he says, there we go, put them in like so. That's connected depending on which side you want. So let's do this side, pull that equal wrench out, and then you just push it back in like so, and there you go. Like I said, that's back on. So that's your double O Gundam at the moment. You know, it's Graway. So I'm going to pause it and we're going to do the O-Wiser. Bear with me. Okay, welcome back. This is the O-Wiser with all its beginning equal accessories and stuff. And you get a lot of accessories with this. So not only do you get the O-Wiser, but you get all these equal GN missiles that you attach. It's like you attach them onto all this kind of stuff here. So for instance, you'll put this on here, put this one on here, and like I said, you just plaster it all over the place. It's like, I cannot remember where you put all these, and so on and so on. But yeah, like I said, you get the gist. You've got like equal missiles and put them on. Just bear with me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Figured out where all the parts go now. They go into the rings here, which makes it a bit more heavy. But yeah, you get all these beautiful, beautiful accessories, which, if you're anything like me, you'll put them together once, have a few pictures, and you go tat around with it, and then you'll put all of them away and never use them again, like so. Because they are absolutely a pain to build. Well, no, they're not a pain to build. They just fall off easy. They're very flimsy. Sticker nightmare. These stickers are terrible. They come off very easy. I don't know if you can see on that, but like I said, give it a few. So yeah, there's one. But yeah, they'll come off very easy. Like I said, they don't stay on. See, no, see, there's one. Very easy to come off. It's like, I'm not a fan. Like I said, if you buy one of these, if you paying for the money you spend on these, you shouldn't be having stickers. You should be having something else. Watermarks, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, let's get all this off. So the things come off there. Disaster. But yeah, like I said, at least this is a proper review. Like I said, I tend not to edit stuff on my reviews because I want you to see what it's really like when you're doing these and everything. Nothing wrong about editing and everything to make your videos up better, but I just, like I said, I tend to just do it on the fly. I think I've got that the wrong way. Yep, there you go. Back in. So, accessories aside, this is your Always-er. So this is what you're getting, this is what you're building. Like I said, I have put stickers on because if not, it's all white, and I think the stickers make this stand out. So like, I rarely put stickers on my Gundams because I hate stickers and trying to get them in poses. Even if you've got a pair of these and the other one that are straighter, still trying to get them on. Ugh, nightmare. But yeah, this is the Always-er with the rings on. You can open these, you can move them so that's what it looks like open. You've got a little hatch here where missiles are supposed to come out. You've got another hatch here where you can see your little pirate, which is funny because I'm sure he's supposed to be here, but I don't know. I could be wrong. That could be just for show, but I'm sure he was there in the show. But yeah, you got your flaps here, which you can't see, but these open up and you put these into the double O Gundam. You've got this mechanic here that opens. It's pretty cool. Don't know why, but yeah, you got it. Go mechanic there, kind of thing. You've also got this. If I can get my fingers to do it. It's like you've got little landing pads, which are absolutely useless when you've got the rings on. It's like, don't know if the camera picks it up, but I'll take one of the rings off. And it just barely touches if you, like I said, if you fold in the rings. So fold in the rings does it, but even then, still, yeah, it's cool little feature. absolutely pointless. Cool feature, absolutely pointless. But yeah, and that's the Allwiser. Nothing special, but again, the size of it, it's like, there's my hand. Man, like I said, quite big, but yeah. It's sturdy. Like I said, these will fall off, but you know, quite sturdy, quite cool. And like I said, you saw the accessories that you put on, which again, you'll probably put on once, have a cup tap with them, go, oh, that's cool, and then put them aside. Or if you've got a big enough stand, you'll have the Allwiser stand with all accessories and the double O Gundam on its own. So let's get the double O back. So there's the double O, and there's the Allwiser. So I'm going to put this back onto here, which is going to be fun. So Allwiser, double O. Let's move the arms. So we're going to do this live. So this is going to be either the best thing ever or absolutely disaster in the making. I'm going with disaster in the making. So just put that. You've got the back here. Normally that would be closed. You've got a closed thing like that. So just say normal. You basically lift that and push that down, lift that up, slide that back a bit, and you've got a hole there. So with that there, you get your Allwiser. You take one ring off, you take the other ring off, and then you will push this back, then push this back, and which reveals that. So let's do it again. So you have it in this state. You push that back, push that down, which reveals this, and reveals your goal. You with these equal hooks here up, and that reveals your connection. So moving the rings aside for a second, moving the double O closer. Going to turn it to the side here. See, it's already ready to fall. So with that, you lift these up, which will go into these topical slots here. So like these here, and then basically you push that in, and then with the equal flaps there, you attach them there, and you push that in as far as you can, making sure the top pots are staying in, and there you go. That's that attached. As you can already see, the weight of it is moving my Gundam from that position to, oh no, I can't support my back. So try and get it to stay. It's not going to. So I'm gonna use the tip of the finger as the base as we go on, concentrate on the wings. Like I said, this is why you need the action base, because once you put the Allwiser on the back, he can't stand. He's drunk. He becomes drunk. So got the wings. You're in that mode. So you open the wings up. Make sure you haven't got the accessory from the last thing on. You move this down, which reveals these, and then you open these up, and these attach to this. So again, yeah, like I said, you've got, don't know if you can see, but you've got equal holes here that they go in. And like I said, you do this. Again, doing it live could be a bad idea. Does activate the GN thing. And you attach them on so. And again, like I said, this is where it becomes very, very heavy. So again, disaster. See, this is what happens when you do it live. And again, I'm not first time that's ever come off, to be honest. First time that's come off, but again, nothing too difficult to put back together. So like I said, back on. This is what you do when you do it live. Right, bear with me 1 second. I'm just gonna what am I gonna do? I'm gonna carry on the best I can. Like I said, I'm doing the other ring off screen at the moment, just because it's easier to do it while I'm holding this one. So get the GN drive, attach it like so, and there we go. We're back, and that's the old riser all together. As you can tell, very, very, very heavy now that it's got the extra weight on, and it can't hold anything. So, is it the best Gundam? It's fun to build. I enjoyed building it. It's like I said, it's a favourite of mine. One of my favourite from this double series. But again, it suffers with there's so much going on. So much weight. It can't hold it. Like I said, and trying to display it in poses is a nightmare because of all the weight issues. And I forgot to talk, you got the typical, you can move the individual fingers and so on, just what you can with most perfect grades. And that's it. So I'm going to pause this for a second, put it back on the stand, and continue talking with you. So just bear with me. So I wouldn't do I'm not going to do this on live because I have a feeling it's going to come apart and take a while. But just give me a second. And we're back. So again, got it in the pose. Not really much more you can do. And everything. I'm going to talk about these swords because I haven't talked about the swords. It's fast rifles. So again, you get two. Pretty cool. You can rotate it like so. That's supposed to be the rifle mode. You can lift this up. This opens up. And like I said, that's supposed to be rifle mode. So, you know, if you don't want to use the GN gun, you can use these equal guns, which are the equal beams. Like I said, they're also into blades. So that's the blade mode. You got one more equal mechanic. If I can get it out, put that out. Get the second one out. And you do this. Oh, got it the wrong way around. Doesn't really make a difference. You can put it either way, but I tend to do it like that. And basically, you become Darth Maul. Kind of thing. Like I said, cool. Like I said, them connected by the equal connection there. Put it back in, and so on and so on. To put them onto the stands, you've got these equal connections here, which can be pushed you can push them in to hide it. You can do it either side, so it doesn't matter which side you want it on, which gun where. Just push it inside the side, and they go into ickle black slots here. Not perfectly well because they do come off, but that's where they go anyway. So let's talk about everything else you get. You get a pair of these, which are supposed to go onto the beams, like so. Like I said, the beams have got equal holes, and then when you do, you get that. So let me do the other one. So here's that. Don't know if you just heard my stomach there. But again, there's the second one. Oh, it's not in white. He hasn't done it right. Like I said, not the easiest things to get in. Kind of thing, but yeah, you're supposed to slide them in like so. But yeah, there you go. Two massive beams, and then it gets even worse when you do this. So let's get that cool thing out again. And there you go. Like I said, you get one massive chopstick. Darth Maul mode activates. And as you can tell, imagine having these on, that on, and everything else on. You need a lot of space. So let's get these monstrosities off. Seriously. You get your two beams for your beam sabers, which are at the back. Like I said, standard, pull out, put these in. There you go. Nothing really different. Built Gundams before, or if you watched the Gundams shows before, standard beam sabers. Then you get this. This looks amazing. It's easy to build. One big clear beam plastic goes on the GN sword. Like I said, let's open the GN sword. Like I said, looks fine as it is, doesn't it? Then we add, or try to add, this monstrosity. It's supposed to fit into all those, which it does, but you've got to literally force it in. So, like I said, they're not easy, and it's just come apart. See, this is why I don't like this Gundam that much, because it is so easy for it to just fall apart. So just bear with me 1 second while I sort that out. Okay, that's back on. Try again, shall we? But yeah, put it on, start having weight issues. Like I said, don't really use it. Like I said, all the accessories and everything else, and so on and so on. I tend to put to a side. And that's basically it for the Double O Wiser review. So I know I've said a lot of negativity on it. It is a nice Gundam. Would I recommend anyone to build it? Yeah, just like I said with the Strike Freedom. Okay, why is this not going back in now? See, there's always problems with this Gundam. Always. Don't know why that's not going back in now. What have I done? There we go. Don't know why that didn't want to go back in then. But yeah, with all the accessories and everything, it's cool. You get a lot of stuff with it. Would I recommend building it? Yeah, if you're a fan of the Double O series and you're a fan of the Double O, so just be prepared. It's very top heavy and everything you can literally, it falls apart very easily, and so on and so on. One thing I did forget to mention, you can put these onto these as well, just like everything else. Same gimmick. Use the connection that you put here, and you just put it into the holes at the top there, so on. One more thing, these do open up slightly to reveal like equal gun and stuff. Again, nothing massive, but equal cool kind of thing. Final reviews. I do like this Gundam. I've only got 4 perfect grades, so it is on the bottom of my perfect grade list at the moment because I've only built 4. This is at the bottom. It was my second perfect grade I built, the first being the Strike Gundam, not the Strike Freedom, just the Strike, which we'll talk about later. Like I said, that was my first perfect grade. This was my second. X-Year was my third, and the Strike Freedom was my 4th. For my second perfect grade build, I enjoyed building it. I really did. Wasn't until it was finished when everything started going tits up, and I started seeing the problems of this Gundam. How it's right heavy. Like I said, I had to buy a stand. So when I first built it, I had it in my glass cabinet on its own without the Double O Wiser attached to it. I put that to one side until this came up, and everything. And this was dirt cheap. You can get it on Amazon. I think it cost me £4. It wasn't expensive, but yeah, it's cool. Like I said, it's very strong, holds it pretty well. And I can do poses and stuff with it, no problem. Again, the only problem I have with posing it, it's the Gundam itself, not the action base. And that's it really. I enjoyed it. Would I build it again? Because you can get different versions of this. There's a Trans End version of this, which is all red and everything. And I was tempted to buy it again, going, oh, having a Trans Am version. Because I've done that with the X-Year. I've got the Master Grade X-Year and the Trans Am Master Grade X-Year, and we'll talk through. And they're pretty much exactly the same. The only thing that's different is the colour change. But after building this one the first time, I was like, I don't have the space for another one. And 2, I really don't want to build another one just for a colour change. Now, you can get clear parts for it as well that makes it stand out. And I was tempted that as well. But again, taking it apart, putting those parts on, it was too messy. Once it was built, that's it. I don't want to really touch with it again. I get it out every now and again and pose it and have some fun with it. Sorry, just noticing little things coming off and all that. But other than that, it once it's built, it kind of stays in its display case, and I hardly get it out and stuff, which is a shame, because for the amount of money I've spent into it, it deserves more. But it's so finicky. It's you don't want to break parts for the amount of money you spent onto it. And I feel like the more times I play with it, the more times things will break. Like for instance, this was coming apart and everything, and so on and so on. So all in good. I do recommend it if you're a fan. Just be prepared for all the things I've just said and gone through and everything, and make sure you've got a nice space to display it if you want it in its all in its glory, kind of thing. But other than that, it's a good review. The next review we're going to do is the Gundam X here, and I'll show you, and you'll see the massive difference. Like this came out, when did this come out? I can't remember. It came out years ago. The X year is very new. I think it's the X year came out 2 to 3 years ago. This one came out much longer. So again, they've had chances to fix the thing. Best thing about Bandai Gundams, each Perfect Grade, Master Grade and everything always does something better than the previous set do. They're always improving. So older Gundams, they're outdated, get a new design sometimes. It's like they re-release like the Ring Gundam with from the Endless Wars with the angel wings. They've done a redesign on that. Speaking about that, I've just ordered that model, and it hopefully should come this week. And at some point this week, I will do a build video of me building it from opening the box first to actually disassembling it and everything, and we'll go through that. But back to this. If I had to give it a grade, it'd be a 5 out of 10. And it's only a 5, not because I don't like it, just because it's so easy to fall apart and nickel things. It's like, you build Gundams so you can mess around with them afterwards and put them in pose and stuff. And if you can't do that so well without fear of breaking parts or, difficulty because of the weight issues and everything and needing an action base and all that, it takes the fun out of it. And I put this as a 5 because of that. So you take the weight issues out, you take the awkward joints out and everything, and I'd raise this to a 10 because what you get is amazing. You get so much with it. It's awesome. And you're not just building the Gundam, you're building the Orizer as well. So you're building a lot of stuff. So you're getting your money's worth when it comes to building. It's just the posability and the afterwards, after you've built it. It's like you want to show it off, but you're scared to in case things fall off, in case you break it, because you don't want to go out and buy parts again and stuff. So that's why it goes down on the bottom of this. That's why out of my 4 perfect grades, this is the bottom of the list because of that. And it's a shame because it's my favourite. Now the master grade version is way better, which is shocking. You think the perfect grade would be better, but the master grade does it better. Still suffers with weight issues, but not as bad as this. And well, again, funny enough, I've got 2, and it's a funny story. I accidentally ordered 2 the Orizer master grade, which is great because I've got more parts to play with and stuff. But again, we'll go that later. But that's it for this review. I hope you enjoy. Please, if you like my content, let me know in the comments. Please leave feedback. Tell me what I've done wrong. Tell me if I've said something wrong. Any feedback is great. You don't have to comment on, you don't have to like or subscribe either. It'd be great because you support me and the channel and help my channel grow. But if you've watched it, thank you for watching. Like I said, next week is going to be the X year perfect grade. At some point, like I said, next Sunday will be the perfect grade X year. During the week, I will have, hopefully, if it turns up, which it should turn up in the next couple of days, I should have the Ring Gundam Endless Waltz Angel Wing version of Ring Zero, and I will be building that from box opening all the way to building it and everything. So that would be during the week, but the next review and the review at the end of that build. But the next perfect grade review would be on Sunday, and that would be with, let me get the box. It's like, no, can't get the box, too big. But it'd be with the X, yeah. And we'll go through that. So thank you for watching. I know I've rambled on a lot and I probably repeated myself a lot. Still getting new. This is my second review that I've done on my channel. Not my last, but I'm getting there. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy and see you next time. Bye.